Awesome. So cool. Okay. So, yes. We're gonna hook up the dual. What do we want to call it? I mean, it's all in one coil, so we're gonna stop calling it the dual drive because there's just one coil. We got two closed loops going through this coil though. And I decided that the axial flux was going to be the best way. We're going to let it speed up a little bit, and then we're going to ride a wave of resistance. I got to plug jack this in real quick. Come on, Tiggs. There we go. Alright, we're going to start choking up the resistance on the 10 turn pot. I see a lot more speed here doing it this way.
James is in the house.
What's up, James? So we got two batteries right now. One's working at 12.34, and the other one's working at 11.98. We're trying to make that go up a little bit though. Look at how fast that thing is going. Alright, we're at 11.99 now.
Is this a Bendini setup?
Yes, this is it's two Bendini circuits, SSGs. One's got gen mode, one doesn't. But it's all going through the same coil, if you get what I'm saying, which makes this a little different. So we're real close to making it 12 volts in the battery just by twisting the knob here. I'm going to twist this knob now, the second potentiometer, which is on the second circuit.
How many wires per coil?
There's 4 wires in this coil. There's a 220 gauge, and 232 gauge for drive and trigger for each Bendini. But there's only one coil really.
Any Hill is happening for Cleveland.
Hey, what's up? Okay, so there is a middle ground here. We're not going to get back up to 12.
Are there 2 trigger wires?
Yes, there are 2 trigger wires and there are 2 drive wires. That is going wickedly fast. Holy cow. You know what? I'm gonna give it a break for now. I'm gonna check everything. It looks smooth to me, but it isn't like a makeshift thing, man. So I'm gonna take it easy real quick. And I'm gonna set up a tack strip on it so I can take, speed reading. That is wicked.
What's the purpose of the second trigger circuit?
I've tried to split the circuit, the trigger circuit, to run to both. So it wouldn't work. It would choose one or the other. So I just put 2 in there. So now it doesn't have to choose. The purpose of the second one is so that they don't fight. So that there's no fighting going on here. That's why the 2 drive strands are the same size, so that there won't be any fighting going on. They're the same length and the same size. So if anything, they're going to work together in a parallel fashion. You know?
He said, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I get really passionate about explaining this stuff, so don't take me the wrong way. I know other people that get passionate about it too. It's like, I know it kind of gets in the way, but it's all right. some of that might come flying up. So if we just rip it off now. There we go. Alright, that should be good. We'll get some good speed readings on that. And we'll spin it the other way this time. And it really doesn't kick in until you plug the next one in. You plug them both in, then it takes off. So I would call it a symbiotic. You know, that both of the motors are working together. They're not fighting each other.
Have you ever had it self-oscillate with the wheel stationary?
Yes. Without it spinning? Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily call that a good thing where, from my point of view, if we're talking about the same thing. So we're gonna reset. Alright, we'll start twisting it up.
Just stumbled onto your channel. What have you built here?
It's an axial flux. So what I have is I've got two Bedini circuits, two SSGs from K-Energy.Store. I got two of them hooked up through one coil. They're both, this is their coil. Both motors are hooked up through the same coil, so we're going to call it a symbiotic motor. So right now we have two completely separate circuits going through the same coil. And that's what the purpose of the second trigger strand is, to make them separate. Man, I don't know, but I think it's great. I'm going to keep twisting this. We're going to try to make the voltage go up a little bit. Yep, 1196, 97.
So very interesting. I'm a mechanical engineer, electrical stuff, always seems a little like magic.
I like mechanical. I want to do something with pistons. Okay, so where the wheel is spinning and with like magnets and pistons, and I think with the proper, like maybe even spring techniques, that magnets might be the key to making something like that move. So, I mean, I have a great idea for a wheel with a bunch of pistons on it. Alright, let me get my tack meter.
Are we focusing on research, invention?
More research and invention. I like being like with the cutting edge on ideas. Not necessarily you know, anything too, fancy, but the idea, the premise is, you know, I like to be kind of on the edge of stuff, I guess. The dual motor here, or the symbiotic motor here, is just something that I wanted to try. I've been wanting to do it right for the longest time, and now I finally got the same drive coil and the same trigger for both motors and the same coil, and that's what we need.
All right, what would you use to move the pistons? Are you trying to generate electricity with it, or use electricity magnets to move the pistons?
I think there would be a small amount of electricity involved, and then the rest of it would be more permanent magnets and the mechanics of the pistons and the spring. So a very small amount of electricity. I'm talking like just enough to maybe prevent it from stopping. So like just enough, and you're manipulating the hell out of it, but just enough so that it doesn't stop. I mean, wherever the stop point would be with the piston thing, I don't even know how far it would go around. And it would be, I would like it to cascade somehow, instead of all the pistons firing at the same time, to cascade through, one and then the next, and the next, kind of like that, in a circle, but in smaller circular motion. You get what I'm trying to say? And it would kind of feed itself, but like you would definitely need some kind of power just to make sure that it, kept moving. But more of a permanent magnet situation and a spring situation with a small amount of electricity.
You
Maybe
need some sort of crankshaft, or like a Wankel motor,
okay.
would give you good circular motion.
Okay. With a gearbox or something like that?
And the A-L says, it's cool, way more than I know about any of this, and it keeps me sure. And then, imagine a crazy neighbor seeing this contraption through the window. They might think you were up to no good.
Oh, for sure. Especially in this neighborhood, man. It'd be over for me. Does that mean I got big balls and no brains? I don't know. So it's only going about 1,000. Looks like it's going way faster, doesn't it? Only going about 1,000.
What's the air gap?
Oh, yeah, the air gap on this baby is about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch. It's not small. So 1,109. The speed is very stable and very dependent on where I have the potentiometers positioned.
Okay. A Wankel is a rotary engine, so instead of a standard piston, it's using triangular shaped piston instead of both.
Okay.
So internal combustion lines are accepted.
So yeah, just like a really, and not like a combustion piston, really. Although it probably should be airtight. I don't know.
What device are you measuring RPMs with?
This is a Nico laser tachometer, digital. So 11:58. I love it when both my meters go off at the same time. Now I do have a signal generator hooked up to this system. Now I said that they're separate, but they're all one system. This will not run without the other side hooked up. When it's like this, you have to run both sides. I mean, the length of the wire is 830 turns on that spool. So, I mean, I'm just so happy that it's running this well at 12 volts. I think that's great. $11.58. So I'm going to tweak it a little more. See if we can't grab a little bit more speed and see if we're tweaking it the right way, actually. And these are both closed loop systems, okay? The input and the output are both hooked to the same battery on both sides. And yeah, there it goes, sweet. Alright, we're going to go a little bit on this knob. Yeah, 1222. Whee! That is fast. It's going to get going. It's on the up and up. Let's see where it is now.
Okay, so the batteries aren't in series or parallel, they're independently connected to each side.
Yes. Yes. That's what I meant to say. If I said something different than that, I am totally sorry. Yeah, I'm a little out of it. I apologize. This battery is being used and charged by this circuit. And the other battery over there is being used and charged by that circuit. That's why I'm always over there joshing with the resistance to make the voltage go back up.
You said, no, that's what you said. I was just making sure I understood.
Okay. Alright. That's good. 1239. 1239. Wow, that is going really fast. I couldn't be, I want to keep it in a safe range, and that's pretty much it right there. We can go faster, but I mean, it stops being safe around 1500 with these PLAs, man. They will give way when you least expect it. I'm not talking about I'm just talking about the edge. But I got duct tape on this one, so it's alright. $12.62. Wow, that thing is speeding up. Woo! I think this is the best way to run it. It's got to go fast in order for the system to work. Now it's 3-magnet rotor, so there's only 3 magnets on there, but 120, of course.
How do you keep the shaft cool?
It's pretty cold. I got bearings to help me with the shaft for sure. I got ceramic bearings. It's on a nice maglev right now. It's on a 3-magnet maglev. So it's nice and buoyant. It'll bounce if it wants to take off, it'll start to bounce.
Say nuts.
1276.
Is that a little test of coil lesson?
Yes, the record player in the background is definitely a Tesla coil. You can pop that thing if you want. Bro, do you mind?
Go ahead.
Alright. Close the door. See, now this might disturb the neighbors a little bit. I tried to run one of these pulse motors with that thing one time, and it's just not enough juice. It's a different kind of energy, maybe. But it really likes the copper when it gets close. Almost 13. Almost 13. $13.03.
Shaggy Pool says keep up the awesome work.
Thank you, sir. $13.12. It's definitely going in an upward direction. I'm thinking I'm going to stop it though. And restart it. You can see the shaft starting to shake. But that's awesome. I mean, technically you're supposed to use 2 batteries per circuit, but I like trying to push the limits, I guess.
See, my oldest son had a Tesla coil and was playing songs with me.
Yeah, this one will pick up on the songs too. I don't necessarily know if it plays songs, but it'll hook up to your phone. I think it's a Bluetooth one. Yeah, man, and I'm gonna let it like simmer down a little bit. Oh wow, it's already below 1,000. So it's gonna do it pretty quickly. I'm gonna reset the pots. Wow, I was like 8 turns in. And then I freaked out. But I think that instinct is pretty good. When you see the shaft starting to shake, there might be an instability at the base. If there's an instability at the base, you should just maybe not do it. But I think this is more the fact that it's a 1/4 inch shaft, and now there's a little bit of weight, and it's a little bit higher on the shaft. So the faster that it spins, any little tiny movement anywhere, any like weakness in the base, anything anywhere will start to show at the top of the shaft. But, you know, it's just because it's such a small shaft. That's the only reason. Woo! $5.58.
That's what she said. Well,
I already forgot what I fucking said, man. So don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about being like that, man, because it doesn't matter. Make sure you don't end up in that pile. It doesn't matter.
small shaft.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Right on, bro. That is what she said.
Good.
At least I was there. And that may or may not be a good thing. I don't know. I don't remember.
Alright, I got a poll. Let's see what we got. Does anyone have any experience with magnets and pulse motors at home? 15 votes, 53% yes.
Awesome. 53% tonight have pulse motors at home.
And more experience with.
Okay. Way to go.
Being there is half the battle.
Yeah, me no be there.
Go Tigers. Sorry. Sorry.
You know that one show where like the whole like mystical magical art of the battle is not to be there. Right. No be there.
The art of the deal is not be there.
We're gonna scoot it up because we know we can get high on this. Now that it's going fast, you can mess with the resistance a little bit more freely. Okay, we're up too high here. Wow, I just love how this thing moves with all the resistance in it. And I think it's because of the air gap, for one. I mean, it's not really up in there very much. And I think it works both ways. With it being farther away, there's less drag on the coil, you know, from the coil. And with it being far away, there's less. I mean, I think it could be going faster than it's going right now. All right. So Well, I said I had a signal generator hooked up to the system.
Shooting monsters, so impressive.
Thank you. So I guess it's moving at such a velocity that it has very little impact. But you can tell, especially when you turn it off, because it'll move a lot faster when you turn it off. But the torque on it right now, I believe, is increasing with using the signal generator. Kilohertz. Now, if I hit the off button, yeah, it does a lot actually. But as to what it is actually doing, I'm thinking that it increases the torque because it pulses at a frequency different than the magnets pulse the coil at. And it's hooked up to the trigger strand of this circuit, but it affects both circuits. I'm not thinking equally, but since it all that pulsing goes into this coil, it affects the other circuit as well. So I got this lit wire coil right here. It's about 50 turns, maybe a little more. And it's really, 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 really powerful. I mean, it's supposed to be a good pickup coil, but I don't think there's enough of it here to really be a good pickup coil. I mean, I'm going to use it as both a pickup coil and a generator coil. And I'm going to use it in tandem with this coil right here. This is heavy. 32 gauge. 4 strands of 32. It's 12,960 turns of 32 gauge. And then it'll go like that. Go like that. 3 volts into the coil in the bottom will generate 220 or so in the top one. With a frequency of about 427. But I need to hook it up to the signal generator. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or, sometime down the road. I'm going to let that speed up. I should probably kind of work on resetting that a little bit. Almost 900 RPMs now. Wow, that increased 300 RPMs in the time that I took the one reading to the next reading. Almost 1,000 now. Awesome. Kind of muggy. $1,100. Well, 1090. It'll be 1,100 in a second. Oh, it's slowing down. So it likes resistance. Twelve. I was slowing down again, so I jacked it up too high. So there is that middle ground.
Goldilocks zone.
What up, though? We're in an Excel phase. We're like 12:40 right now. I'm gonna give it like 10 seconds. Well, 70. Oh, it's going down a little bit. There we go. So for right now, this is probably the sweet spot. You get an Excel phase.
Are you using relays?
No. I'm using cap banks to and bridge rectifiers.
And then he says, our relays have smoother PC transition.
I have relays, but I'm not relaying anything. These are both closed loop systems. Both of these circuits are both charging and driving off the same battery. They're losing a little bit each. Every once in a while they lose a little bit, but it's alright. Because I'm not going to run it forever. I'm not even trying to do that. I'm going to unplug it before I end the live stream. You know, it's alright. It's okay. It's alright. So, let me take the tap reading again. And I understand. There's so many things that I'm not doing that you might do. And, you know, so 1270 now. And there's things that you want me to do that I'm not doing. which I try and get those done. Because I want to learn too, I'm still learning a lot.
And it needs rapid experimentation.
Yeah, the rapid fire experimentation. It's hard to keep up sometimes, even with myself. But yeah, man, all the things that go with being tired are happening to me right now. I get cranky, I lose bad memory, all that jazz, man. I'm tired. So, try and catch up on my sleep, maybe get a good night's sleep. Not really catch up on it, but get a good night's sleep, and that'll turn things around at least a little bit. There we go. That's looking like it's gonna blast off. There's that shaft shaking again. 1280. Oh, yep, 1280. Right around 1300, it starts to shake. And that's probably because the maglev is a little off, maybe a little bit. And even just that tiny little bit of weight being off is enough to, with a shaft like that, yeah, man, it's enough to make it go, waka! And just put me in the sack or something.
Boy.
Movie about, I can't be your dad because of testicular trauma.
Still need it.
But he's like so her dad. It's a weird movie with Kevin Costner.
Oh, that was the super, right?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
13, $12.95. But it's stuck like right below 13, so it looks like it's a good spot for it to just chill. I mean, seriously, if I was gonna just rejuvenate a battery, like I would run the dual system, the dual battery and one SSG. If I wanted to rejuve a battery, I'd rejuve one battery, use the other one, and then probably use a power supply to charge up that second battery.
Hold on.
Yep, it's hovering just below 1300. Is that a bagel? Piece of bread? I have some eggs, maybe.
Yeah, the bacon.
Cooked bacon?
You got some bacon, I'll bring it over. It's frozen.
Oh, I got bacon. I gotta cook it though. It's not microwave the bacon.
Yeah, I got. I'll bring them up.
Oh, wow. When I thought to like hook this up axial flux and like reduce all the stuff I was doing on the table, it's such a good idea because it's so smooth that it actually can perform to an extent to demonstrate what's supposed to happen when you run one of these things. Like this hasn't gone down since I started the stream, basically. And it's a self-contained loop. It hasn't gone down since I started the stream. This one has gone down, just went up a little bit. It's gone down 1/100th of a volt. So I mean, you're right, it's got to be going fast. And it is charging them, and it is. I made up my mind that this way, if the outputs were plugged into the light bulbs instead of the batteries, they would have been drained a long time ago. Running it like this. Last night I ran it with one output. I swapped the outputs. So like this one was charging that battery and that one was charging this battery. And it was weird because one was going up and the other one was going down, and now they're kind of leveled out. But I was working with the vertical system now too. It was weird. It was really weird. Interesting though, like this battery would charge actually and run and charge and go up in value, and this one would go down and run and charge and go down and down. So it's like there was a bit of a charge, Bedini charge happening anyway, even though I didn't like set it up directly to do that. I set it up to do it evenly, but since this is a SSG and this is an SSG with gen mode, then it's not going to be even. So I combined the two systems the best I could without actually combining them. I actually just did it through proximity. They are combined and connected, and they are charging each other, so to say. The resistances in the two circuits are combined. The output of the motor is combined. You know, there are some things that are combined and there are some things that are separate. But right now, I have this one, which is a gen mode, but the switch is questionable right now. I want to leave it in gen mode and maybe hook it up later in place of this ESSG one. Like, yeah, man, that would be fun. Yep, that's right where it needs to be. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off for right now. I gotta remember to reset the pot while I do that, so I know where I'm at. something on here. Where do you think I want you? Bouncing on my knee? It's like King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. That's right. He's like, all right, where do you want me? He's like, what do you think? Where do you think I want you? Bouncing on my knee? That's funny. It's so like uncomfortably moist in the air today. Very humid. I don't like humidity because I smoke a little bit. I mean, it messes with the lungs. Smoking does, but humidity makes it worse. But so, what each one of the batteries has currently hooked up to it is a multimeter per battery. It has a 63 volt, 4,700 microfarad capacitor across each battery. Then the input and the output are both hooked to the same battery, but the output goes through this cap bank, which has a bridge rectifier and a lot of caps. So it comes in one side, it can come in as AC and be rectified into DC, or it can come in as DC and just flow right through. Either way, you know, you're getting rectified DC on the other side, and which will flow then into the battery without having any backlash on anybody's system or anything like that. You don't have to worry about any of the, even though the SSG has a diode in it already, I've noticed that there's a strong resistance to hook this up without the cap bank in there. There's like a strong will against it, hooking it up. So the cap bank, in my opinion, is a necessity to hook it up this way. You might be able to do it a different way, but the cap bank acts as what that function would be, if you get what I'm saying. So you could probably use just a bridge rectifier to do it, but the cap bank is a way better way of doing it. Because it has a bridge rectifier in it, and it has all those caps. And I'm telling you, man, it's way better DC coming out the one side when you put it through a cap than it is if you don't put it through a cap. But Bedini himself, I believe, said that the idea is to do it as fast as you can without a capacitor. That's the idea, do it without capacitor. So, you know, periodically I think, and I try periodically to hook it up without the cap bank, just to see if I can do it. And I think when it's going, you can decide if you can make it happen. But you can't, like, do it from a dead stop. I've only made it happen one time, and there was a severe drop in voltage in the battery. It did level off after like 0.2 of a volt. Alright. So I'm just going to give this thing a spin. Gonna let it roll. I'm kind of unwinding for the night. For sure. I got a bunch of stuff that I want to do. One is to do this litz coil but I want to set it up over here on this side of the table on the aluminum plate. I'm gonna have to take all this stuff apart and, well, not, I'm gonna have to move it. But like the pot and all that stuff, it's all gotta move. Then I'll hook up the signal generator and transistor to this coil, and we'll start generating some solid state generation. Although it's not as fun to me for some reason, even though it's probably better generation, it's just not as fun. I never, like Dungeons and Dragons, I like the video game, the online video game, Dungeons and Dragons Online, better than I like doing it on paper. Seriously, I like the game better than I like the game. And I know that's hard to hear for a lot of people.
Abel said if I took it apart, it would never go back together.
Oh, I know how you feel. I totally know how you feel, man. And I felt that way about my 3D printer until I actually took it apart. And I took it apart slowly, that I actually remembered how to put it back together. And it was awesome. I was so scared, man. I was like, wow, I'm doing this right? All you gotta do is learn how to fish, basically. And what that means is you gotta learn what part of the transistor does what and how to make it happen. You know that, and you can just take a transistor out of a box and you can start clipping stuff to it, and before you know it, you got yourself a working whatever. Because knowing, and that's another live stream altogether, but BCE is basically the one you want to do, is an MPN, that's base collector emitter, from left to right, looking down at it like it is right here. You want to go base collector emitter. Here, let me show you. When I didn't have the SSG circuits, get this up. I had to tape it down. But you take a transistor and you put it in here. Do I have one? I cleaned off my desk with them. So there's 3 holes in the top of this thing. You put the transistor in here, you get an extra 2 clips. You can put 2 clips on the end of each one of these. You can make these bigger. You can put more clips on them. But it's a safety issue after you make it so long. It's a safety issue right now, but I mean, it's less of a safety issue when you leave it like it is than making it longer. I mean, regulatory, I don't even know, man. I don't. This is like DIY, man. Regulatory, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand. No habla.
You gotta talk street engineering here.
Street engineering. You know, thing, quarter turn past monkey's at. I'm just sitting here looking at it. I might as well put one of these in there. So I have like a whole basket full of PMPs that are good. They're good PMPs and they work just fine. I just have no idea how to use them. Like a PMP circuit, like you said, if you take it apart, it's gonna stay apart because I don't know how to put it back together.
How much money is involved in this setup?
This setup, uh, 75. Well, plus the two circuits. 220 bucks. But the versatility is beyond measure. And the fact that I got some know-how means that I can see each one of these circuits are beautiful, but they cost some money. They're all right though. It's all right though. It's not an outrageous cost. It's good price.
10 likes.
Awesome. So that's kenergy.store. Check it out if you're interested in buying a circuit. He's got lots of different types of circuits and switches, and he's the kenergy.store. So basically, you got this plugged into a power supply, and then you plug the signal generator into the yellow wire here. And you plug the negative of the signal generator to the emitter. So the end, the last pin right here. So I can show you how I do it. Probably not tonight though. I don't know. It's gonna be a lumbering thing if I do it right now. I don't even think, yeah I do. I have enough clips to do it. I got 2 power supplies available to do it with. Frick. It's just the signal generator is pain in the butt. No, I'm too tired to do this. This is amazing. I'm just thinking about all the stuff I need to get done, and it's like, frick, I'm gonna be playing with electricity at the end of this. That can't happen. But basically, this is all you need. So the trigger hooks to the base, positive of the trigger hooks to the base, the negative of the trigger hooks to the emitter. There's a light bulb that goes from the collector to the emitter, and it's important. And then the power goes into the collector, and the emitter connects to the coil. In this design, the power goes into the transistor first, and then it's dispersed to the coil. There is a way to hook it up the other way and have it go into the coil first, and you basically just hook the power to the coil, and then hook the coil to your collector. It's virtually just switching the two.
Yanni's in the house. I didn't.
Hey, Yanni, what's up? Oh, it's hot. God, it's hot. It's cool though. I'd rather it be less humid, but I like it hot. Alright. So I got the symbiotic drive. It is two separate drives in one coil. Completely separate, but they end up, coalescing in the coil a lot more than you would anticipate that going on. Yeah. So I would hook all that up, but I want to have the aluminum plate, like I said, and all that other stuff done. So and then I gotta take a break sometime in the future and sort all this stuff out, redo this, make it look a little better. I mean, the rugged look is okay to me. I don't mind it, but it is hard to see what's going on with all the holes in the black. So I'm going to fix that. Got either a fresh sheet of black, which I'm not too keen on. I'm going to flip it over and just use the brown. Yeah. Flip the brown. Heck yeah. Alright. So, hooking up a transistor without a Bedini circuit is easy to do. It is really easy to do.
So what is the disc made
Let me hold. It's made out of 15% infill PLA. It's got 3 neodymium cube magnets in it. So it's actually pretty flimsy. I think the fact that the neos are cubes instead of the big neos actually work in my favor here. It's not gonna break like the other one did. Yeah, I did a stream on my birthday, and literally, man, there was another 120. One of the magnets just kind of popped out the side and went, boom, like straight that way, 180. And then everything else, the shaft, the rotor, everything else went that way, 180 degrees. So the equal and opposite reaction really played a part here. And the fact that it's not really about the size or the weight of what's reacting. But, yeah, I think we're going to call it. Take it easy for the rest of the night. Thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate everybody stopping by and putting up with me. I think it's awesome. So thank you for your input. We're going to take everything into consideration. And I'll talk to you later. Thank you.